My dear friends, hello again. This is Lucia Mitro, and today, uh, um, I would like to talk to you about the sensitive children, the what we call indigo, crystal, and diamond children, what I called evolved humanity. Let me just fix myself first. Right now, I'll just really describe to you, this would be just a short description or kind of give you an idea what these kids are, why they are calling like that, and what exactly it is all about. Really just a short description or short ideas how you can care of child like this or care of yourself because you might be the one. So, maybe fix it a little bit. I do not like labels, absolutely do not like labels, but for easier understanding what's going on, I will use the labels. And just please understand that this is going in between, back and forth, almost all of us. The first kind of understanding about some phenomenon or whatever we wanted to call it again, it started after Second World War. That's when they saying that we labeled them light workers. These were children that were more emotional, more loving towards the other people. They have more sensitivity, and they were here just to heal the humanity, help to heal humanity. There were not too many of them at that time, but they were here. There was a lot of people. Again, it's more emotional, more loving, more supporting than everything else. But then you have to understand what the humanity just went through. The Second World War. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of hurt that needed the healing. So the emotion when they were born after Second World War, the emotion that they got from their parents was a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. So then when they start coming up as a light worker, what we call them light worker right now, again, just more emotional, more loving, more supporting, kind of coming out of that pain, helping their parents to heal the pain, helping the humanity heal the pain. In about 1970, the other type of the group then start coming, was what we call that now the indigo children. Officially, it says, thank you so much for those hearts. I love you very, very much. Thank you. I love to see them coming through the screen. So in this, about after 1970 and 1970 and afterwards, what we call label the indigo children. These are the children that they were rebels. And whoever is, that's my age, whoever is my age, and younger a little bit than me, we kind of agree with that. We are loving warriors. There was more love and more sensitivity involved, but we are stubborn warriors. No respect for authority, and I will tell you from my own experience, it's absolutely right. I won't say no respect for authority, but we had a problem when we saw something that it's not being respected wishes of somebody, or somebody was not treated well. We were not afraid to stand up for the person. We were the warriors for good, for love. Now, understand the line again. The light workers were born to the people who just were coming out of Second World War, who lived through that. That was children of these parents. Now, indigo children, they're starting, that's 1945. Indigo children coming in after year 1970, which understand, again, these are the children of those children. So there is a next generation coming up. So we had a support of these light workers, and it's usually coming in a family line. So we had a support of the light worker parents, but the light worker were afraid to actually stand up. They were loving and supporting, but they were doing that from distance. When we came, the indigo children, we were not afraid to stand up. We were not afraid to protect and fight for what's right. Now it comes about 1993, and again, understand, there are the children of the children again. There's evolution, there is another generation. Around 1990, 93, where it's actually my son was born. After that, we have the crystal children. Now, the crystal children, again, there are more sensitivity. Their senses are more evolved than ours. Meaning, when we see light, they see it stronger. Fluorescent light, they're horrible for all of us, all the sensitives, but crystal and diamond children, they are coming up now, what we call it, and again, it's coming to another generation. It's evolving. The diamond children are being born right now, and you can see that. And again, I hate labels, and I can see that coming from the light worker evolving into indigos, indigo evolving into the crystal children, and it's going on, it's going back and forth. We are always coming with evolving or changing from one to another, depending on our experience and how we are allow ourselves to grow. Because if you want to be a football player, but you never kick the ball, you are not going to be as a good football player than if somebody who's training every day. And it's the same with sensitivity. It's the same with our experience. The ones who are studying are more sensitive and they grow than ones who are not. So again, it's going back and forth. Now, what are the traits of these people, this kind of, and how to help the sensitive to live in this life? From what I believe, my understanding is, oh, I'm sorry. I guess he does disagree with me. Nemo, stop. It's okay. Come here, buddy. Sorry about that. That's my protector. What I understand and what I think it's happening, if you and scientists now are on the way to, I think, prove it. From what I see it, I think it's our DNA that it's evolving, and it's not that it's evolving, but we are using more of the DNA that we have and more of the information in our DNA than we used before. Remember, if scientists told us that we are using just a really small fraction of DNA and the rest of it is a junk? Well, it's a junk to them because they could not prove yet what it is, so they just call it junk. I don't think so. That God universe is so smart that he would just put a junk somewhere in our body. Everything, look at us. Everything is working perfectly. So why the main information the main computer in our system, would have 80% of junk? Absolutely not. I think what's going on right now, we are just using more information from that computer in us, more information from that DNA, and it's evolving with us, with our generations, with our experiences that we have here. So that's maybe it's coming. Look at the children. Usually, what this kind of people are, even from when they were born, they even didn't talk for a long time. Now, there are a lot of people that didn't talk till they were 3, 4 years old. And I'm still having a lot of clients coming to me saying, well, doctor told me she's 4 years old or 3 years old, and she's not talking yet, and doctor told me I have to go to the specialist and I have to put her on drugs and everything else. And I said, no, don't do that. She will start talking and she will be okay when it's her time. And how many experiences now coming that they are adults, they are 20, 30 years old. How many people admitting now that as a kids they were not talking, and they simply because they have nothing to say. Why it is? Because they are able to communicate telepathically. Yeah, call me crazy if you want to, but we all kind of do that when we think about something, and that somebody, like we think about Androsi, and suddenly the Androsi will call us or text us or come. So I think those children are able to talk telepathically and find out the information without actually talking. So please, please don't let the doctors to put your children on drugs since that age, or go through the specialist or psychiatrist and everything else, because you just scare your kid. You just scare those children. They are afraid of stuff like this. And when they are scared, they go like this. And that's it. They will close themselves in. So unless you actually have a feeling that is something really, really wrong with your child, let it be. Let it come whenever it's time. And it's a lot of them not talking since they are older. They are fine. They are just fine. They are, especially when they are the kids that, I don't know, if you take them for a stroll and people are just drawn to them, they just want to look at them, they just want to play with them. And the kids are okay. Kids are okay with strangers. And these beautiful souls, because they are sending love, they know how to do that. They are sending love, so people are just drawn to them. And they don't have a reason why, but they just want to be around them and hug them and kiss them and just absolutely be there. Absolutely amazing pleasure to be around. The kids love animals and plants. They are the tree hugging. They would play with. They would be the kid that would not take the flower out because they will not cut the flowers, because they understanding that it's much, they enjoy it as it is alive. For them it's the killing. If you cut the flower off, for them it's a killing, unless you explain it to them that this is actually helping to grow the flower, so that's why you're cutting. It's like the old something that it should, it just burned into that plant. They will understand that. I know I will get roses or any plants when I see them in the store already cut. But if I have a garden, I never, unless I understand that it needs to be done, never cut the flowers. To me, it's a killing. It's killing because I see that, and the kids see it. People like me see that it's because it's an energy. So they see it, it's life. Everything is energy. Everything. So they would talk to the toys, they would talk to the table. The kids would approach anything and just they could sit and stare because they have the heightened senses. They do, and using more information from our DNA and more tools that we have that not everybody until we didn't know we have. They are communicating not just between each other. Have you ever seen the two like twins or toddler? They talk to each other and they understand each other. We don't, but they do understand each other. So they can communicate with everything because they know that everything is energy. But because they have the heightened senses, it's very, very hard for them to be in our reality. And uh, if you uh, if you go to the store, for example, with them, and suddenly there is a lot of people, a lot of noises, a lot of different lights, lots of distraction. Fluorescent light is the worst for them. For us, it's just a store, you know. For them, understand that they see it and feel it much, much higher, stronger than we do. How to easily explain? Imagine you are watching TV and there is a movie there. For them, it's not like this. Now imagine that you have 12 TV screens and huge TV screens on the same wall. It's covered like in a newsroom, in a TV station, in a newsroom or something like that. Your whole wall is covered with TV screens. Like if you go to a store where they're selling TV, there is a lot of TV. And each TV has a movie going on. And now you are watching different movies at the same time. They need to, that's how their brain works. They are splitting all the experience to different packages. So what's happening is that they are watching all of the movies at the same time, and they have to absorb and process it in the different windows, different TVs at the same time, all of them. Now try to do it. Just go to the store when they're selling TV and change the station and try to process. And this is 24/7. 24/7. You go to the store and you park your car and you walk through the door and you go to buy. For them, they observe everything, absolutely to the detail, to the details. So how to help them? It is to put as at least distractions as you could. Hence the white screen behind me. That's why I choose to be in front of the white screen, so there is no distraction. I know that people like that, kids like this, will see the shadows when I'm moving. I believe so. There are some shadows. They will see that my sweater is not tied probably properly. They will see everything. And colors. They really love pastel colors. That's why I'm wearing the sweater in this color. And you see it's one color, it's solid. With little distractions here, but it's solid. So if you want to choose, if you choose to help kids, or you are one of the people like this, try to set up your world, set up your surrounding, so there is the least distraction that you can have. If you have a child like this, please, for God's sakes, do not paint their room in phosphorus lights. I don't know why, but parents try to be like bright yellow or bright green or bright. Oh my God, that's really distraction. Even if they're asleep, that's a huge distraction, and they're light sleepers. So if your child has a problem to sleep at night or doesn't want to be in a room, tone the colors down. Really make at least distractive as it could be. Pastel colors, pastel is the best. In a room, what I figured out, and kind of know it from myself actually, if you have a toys set up on the shelves or around their bed or anywhere where they sleep, and the toys have like bears or dolls or something, if they have eyes and they are facing the child when they sleep, child will feel it, because again, they feel the energy. They feel the energy of, of the toy. To them, it's almost alive. Like to us, alive. To them, it's the toy. So if they don't, especially if they don't like some kind of toy, never play. Watch them what they're playing with. If they never play with that toy and it's sitting somewhere on a shelf, if they are having a hard time to sleep, just turn them away. Literally turn them away so the eyes will not be looking at the children when they sleep or anything. Lights. Try to have as dark a room as you can. Even stupid little thing like the light when you have on TV where you're turning on and off. Oh, TV absolutely not in a room. Do anything possible not to have a TV on their room. Set up the special place where they can watch it somewhere else, not in a bedroom. And if you are one of them, one of these souls, don't have TV. Please don't watch TV before you go to sleep, and don't have a TV in your bedroom. There's a living room for that, whatever you want to. Separate space. Don't have a TV on your bedroom. I know kids now wanted to have it and everything else, but if you have it, even cover the TV. I know we had, when I was a child, we were cover TV so the screen will not get destroyed. Well, that was 45 years ago. So TV evolved with us too. But if the kid has to have the TV, or if you want to have a TV in your room, try to cover it. Something dark, cover the screen. Cover the TV before you go to sleep, and see if that's helped with your sleeping habit. That's why Americans are, or all around the world, there's a problem of insomnia right now, because these are the kids now, they are adults. And if they don't understand how to protect themselves and how to help themselves, that's insomnia coming out. Try not to have a phone charging right next to your bed. If you have to have it, make sure you turn it around so you don't see the light blinking. Or you have something plugged in and you have on your plug, you have a light blinking. Please, please, please cover it with something so you do not see it, and if possible remove it, if not just cover it. Food. That's why we have a lot of vegans now and vegetarians, because they know what's good for them. If your kid does not want to eat a certain type of food, especially meat, do not force them, please. If they want to, eat it. If they doesn't want to, do not force them to eat. My son, when he was between 4, yes, Daramia. Daramaya! Hi, sweetheart! Yes, I am talking about LED lights. Thank you. If you... now I lost the thought. I'm sorry, I'm just happy to see Daramaya. Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Hi. Oh, so many beautiful people here. Martinka. Hi. So, food. We were talking about food. Usually that's why we have so many vegetarians and vegans right now, because the kids intuitively know what they need to eat. If they don't like certain type of food, please don't make them to eat. If they and they will pick, and they would be the one that they will go after carrot instead of candy. Sugar is absolutely the worst. Absolutely the worst. Stay away from sugar. Stay away of all food coloring. Food coloring, it is horrible, absolutely horrible. That's why we have a lot of parents, because they become the adult and they are the parents right now who are reading the labels, and we have more healthy eating, and that's what, thank God, McDonald's is going out of the business soon. Fast food, no, 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 please. Home cooked, and especially they like juicing. If I have enough patience with it, probably I could live on the juicing too. It's take more work to actually live like that and eat healthy and more expensive. But um, when you live and feed yourself and your children like that, it will pay off later on when you don't have to pay the doctor's bills. So again, juicing, the kids would love that, absolutely love that. Ask them before they going to eat. Of course, you need to be a parent and make sure that they're eating healthy, but still ask them what they want and what they don't want to eat. They will intuitively go after what's good for them. And even fruits and veggies, if they do not like tomatoes, do not force them to eat it. Let them to come around and do it themselves. I'm just choose because my son hates tomatoes. So if they don't like certain special type of the food, they might be allergic to it and they know it. That's why they don't want to eat. I know that a lot of kids are allergic to a red coloring, and a lot of behavior because the doctors just could not figure out what's going on, so they put lots of kids on the ADHD medication that of course train them to use the drugs, because what's the result when they are on medication for so long? Of course they are more prone to get on drug when they are adults. So please change the diet first before you go to the doctor and put them on drugs. Change the diet. Change the surrounding. Understand your child more. And I promise you, it will change. The kids will change. Once they try to explain it to them what's going on with them. Lots and lots of these kids, and us now as adults, now they, how should I, they are closer to the veil, or they can see behind, because they're using more of the DNA. They're using more of the information that it's available to us. They know how to use it. Lots of these kids are now, what do we call them? Psychics, or whatever they want to call them. Mediums. Mediums, that's the better word. That they can communicate with souls too, because remember when they were born, that's what they were doing. So they are able to communicate and see energy, which is a soul, is basically the energy. So if they don't, and for them, like for me when I was born, that was normal for me. I can talk to just anybody and see anybody who passed on another side, and I thought it's normal. That was nothing unusual to me. Until I start talking about that, and I was told that I'm, mentally retarded or something. That I'm losing my mind, or it's not there, I'm making stuff up. Oh, the fantasy. Yeah, daydreaming and fantasy. So for what is to some people, most of people, as a fantasy or seeing something that it's unusual, or the society usually tends to look down on the people like this. Oh, they have a problem. They are not smart enough. They are not good enough. Um, they are difficult to be around. The truth is that these kids and these adults now are much, much more evolved than we are. So it's not that they are with problems or retarded or something we call that, or difficult or different. We are. We are. We are, because they are much, much more evolved, and because we don't understand them, that does not make them inferior to us. They are just different, and they operate in different system. Like, take internet. Like, if you are operating on a dial-up, most of the kids will not even know what dial-up is. Remember that beautiful sound when it makes when you're trying to connect to internet, and it's take forever and it's so slow and everything else? Well, if you're working on a dial-up system on the internet, and the kid is working on this newest speed, I don't even know what's the newest speed is, and you're downloading the movie, and the kid is downloading the movie, it will take you an hour and a half, would take him 10 seconds. And he's done, and he's watched the movie. By the time you download the movie, he's done watching it. Now, we are in two different spaces. So when he's over and he already know what's the end of the movie, so when he's communicating something to you, he already knows how the movie ended, so that's what he's telling you, but you didn't even, you are on 10% downloading the movie. So you are talking on two different bases. And how can you talk about the same thing? You can't. And now we are telling them that they are inferior. They are not good enough. While we are the ones that's still on 10% downloading the movie. So please, if you are a person with that soul, or you have a child that it's like this, and I know many, many of the beautiful, beautiful souls there around, that they are on this level and they are actually more involved, please make sure they understand that you love them and they are special in a good way. They are the more involved, and we need to watch them and observe them to get the information we need, because we can learn from them. Nemo, stop it. What you doing? He's not behaving today. So, again, my friends, just please support the child as much as you can. Please let them know that they are unique in this amazing new way. Let them know that they don't have to look in and be boxed in our boxes, because they never will fit your box. They will never fit that, because they don't know what the box is. Their thinking is always outside the box. There is no box for them. So learn from them, support them, enjoy them. Try to ask them to teach us, because they are here to come to help humanity. They are the new humanity, and they are amazing. Just look what these kids can do. Look how many musicians are. They are kids that They cannot communicate, but they can sing beautifully. They are kids, they absolutely cannot brush their teeth, but put a guitar or piano, and they are amazing, absolutely breathtaking in a young age. They are not handicapped. We are. We don't fit in their world because they already live much, much higher than we do. And believe it or not, they choosing specific stuff. Not like us, we are like all over the place, and we can play on our sandbox, but they are choosing the specific thing, what they excel amazingly. So try to figure out what the specific is. If they don't talk, or if they are immobile in one way, they would be absolutely excellent in something else. And it's amazing. Please support them. Please make sure they know that they are evolved and they are amazing just the way they are. Help them to figure out. Remember that case, and oh my god, I don't know. Remember that case of the girl, I need to find out, that she was in a wheelchair and the parent just, horrible condition, not horrible condition, they tried to support her and everything else. She wouldn't talk, she wouldn't eat, she was still in a wheelchair, would not move, and the doctors keep telling the parents that she's mentally retarded, and basically when she was born they tell him, well, she was better off being dead than like this. And then she was like 17 or 18 when they finally gave her a computer. Just, she was close to the computer, they trying to teach her something, and she started typing, and they realized that what they thought that she's mentally retarded on the way of few months old baby, she was actually their full person. She would type the story and how she was observing. She was a human being locked in a body of immobile body. So never look down on these kids or these people, because they are more than us. They are more involved than us. So support them as much as you can and make their life here on this planet that it's very, very, very hard for them. Sometimes I get a client that the client told me, like, I feel like my body is 300 pounds, and she was barely 100 pounds, and 17, 18-year-old. And she said, my body is like heavy. Sometimes I don't have absolutely no strength to even walk. I feel this heaviness. The sounds are just so loud, and like we are sitting in a room, there is almost no sound. And she said, I can hear the sounds. The light is so strong. And I was like, this is almost like really just a night lamp. Like, it's not that strong light. And she's like, well, if I take this flashlight, and I had a flashlight on the side, and just put it right into your eyes. Like, yeah. If you ever had a headlights, shine into your eyes, or take this huge, what cops have, the spotlight or something, it really felt to her like the spotlights. So please listen to your children, understand them, that they trying so hard to fit in our physical bodies and work with our bodies as they are, because they are handicapped to them. Really, anything around our body is handicapped to them, but just because they are so involved, their DNA is changing. Well, and this is really just a short description, really short description of what is going on. So please adore your kids, support your kids, and just know that they are not handicapped, or absolutely do not put them on medication. Absolutely not. Or if it's a last resort, try to change their diets, try to change their surroundings, try to change your approach to them. And then, if you think that they need a drugs, just please on a lower doses and get them off of that as soon as you can. Support them, know them that they are more than us. They are amazing and they can do amazing stuff. And so do you. Because, by now, you're fully loaded. You are perfect just as you are. You are loved. You're supported. And I love you too. Very much. Bye-bye.